Tomorrow there is a brush fire threat between gusty winds and super low humidity. So campfires and outdoor barbecue pits, that's not going to be tolerated tomorrow. And you certainly have to be mindful of the cigarette butts out the window. Not that you ever should do that. Let's bring in Josh Einblum now. And Josh, should these brush fire conditions materialize tomorrow, you're telling us perhaps that there's a plan in place for the fire departments.
There are plans in place at fire departments all over this state, Justin. But fires seem to be kind of the last thing that people are thinking about right now. In fact, we're coming to you live from the roof of our building here over on State Street. It's a beautiful night outside. Haven't seen this much life outside the building in a very long time. People on motorcycles and bikes. But despite the good time that folks may be having right now, there's definitely a threat for something bad to happen with the fires tomorrow. Don't be fooled by the green signs you may have seen recently at Connecticut state parks, because it's all about to change.
So we're a little concerned about tomorrow.
There's a sunny day for Saturday's forecast with a chance of winds. Good news for those longing for a day of sailing, but back on shore, fire experts with the Department of Energy and Environmental Protection are a little slower to rejoice, predicting there will be a high risk for brush fires.
There's three things we worry about: heat, fuel, and oxygen.
There's a reason we tend to get brush fires this time of year, and it has to do with the changing of the seasons. When the snow melts, it leaves behind some dead vegetation. You combine that with low humidity, and it doesn't take much for it to catch on fire. All it takes is a spark.
And if the wind's blowing, it just takes off.
Something Deputy Chief Joe Centenar with the Wallingford Fire Department knows all too well.
We've been to probably about 4 or 5 brush fires in the last week.
Nearly all the result of people.
What we've been seeing a lot is discarded smoking materials. You'll see that right along the highway. We go to a lot of brush fire calls along I-91 and Route 15.
Centenar says people should also think twice about starting any campfires or other outdoor burning when the risk of brush fires are high. But whatever happens, he adds, their water tanks will be full. And they'll be ready to go, no matter what ends up getting thrown their way.
Every time a shift comes on, they have a safety meeting and ensure on the trucks that their appropriate equipment's ready in case they need it.
It may feel like spring, but you're really going to have to look if you're looking for that green. No surprise there why we could be seeing a fire threat tomorrow. Now, firefighters, as you heard in that story, did have some advice on things that you can do to help lower that threat. We have a link on our website at WTNH.com where you can read more about that. For now, we are live in New Haven. Josh Einblum, News 8.